Welcome back everyone. Today we're going to look at affiliate marketing. This has been something that I know is always popular with people. A few people have been asking about it as well, when we're going to cover it in the course. We're actually this is the 17th edition or episode of this course now, so we're quite deep into it before we've actually looked at this, and there's a few reasons for that. One of the main things is really that creating your own products, being able to do that, is such a valuable skill. We'll talk about that and recap on that in today's session. And if you can think about your own products first and then affiliate marketing, well, then you've got a very powerful synergy. So that's what basically our approach is. I'll show you some examples today as well of affiliate promotions that I've done, and a few tips and the right approach essentially to getting it done. Now, if you hear any noise, we've still got building work going on, so I do apologise for that, but we're not going to let that stop us. We'll go straight over to the slides, and hopefully you should be able to see the presentation now. So let's go and kick off. Here we go. All right, so first of all, like I said, we're going to do a little bit of a recap on this. Is something from way back in a previous episode. Virtually all successful people in all online markets create and sell their own products. You don't have to believe me about that. Go out and look in your market. How many people can you find who aren't selling their own products? It's not many, if any at all. And that's not coincidence. It's because there's so many advantages of having your own products. Creating your unique product assets that only you own gives you, well, it builds out your, what we will see shortly, as income generating assets. All right, so having your own products is really, really valuable in terms of that. Once you sell your products, obviously you get all the revenue, and you can use that revenue to get traffic, whether that's paying affiliates commissions or whether it's paying for paid traffic. Of course, this is the mindset of many people who start out. I think I'll just start with affiliate marketing. The reason why they say that is because it sounds easier. Creating your own product sounds scary, sounds difficult. You're not sure if you're going to get it right. What if I put loads of work in, it doesn't happen? All these things are fractures, they're cracks in the underlying foundational mindset that we've been talking about in every single episode of this course. So if you've got that mindset, if you've still got doubts about creating your own product, and you think, I might just do affiliate marketing on its own, please go back, take a look and watch some of these sessions again, reabsorb the information. It's not, it's perfectly natural not to get it the first time, right? A lot of this stuff, well, most of it is stuff that I've learned through trial and error over the years. I didn't get it first time. I've made many mistakes, not just once, but repeatedly sometimes, before I've learnt my lesson. That's just how life is. We're all human. But do pay attention to it. Don't bury your head in the sand. And if you just do affiliate marketing on its own, you can't use affiliates for traffic. You only get maximum probably half the revenue from the product, depending on the commission level. So paid traffic is more difficult because you've got less revenue coming in. And you haven't really got any unique standing in your market. You're just an affiliate for something else. You're just a foot soldier, essentially. So these are the considerations. Always bear this in mind. However, affiliate marketing is a very powerful and profitable strategy, especially when combined with creating your own products. So here's a little map for you of how you could think about this. We've looked before at creating a lead magnet, all right, for an email opt-in. We looked at that in detail, showed you through examples, how to set it up and everything, all right? So imagine you've got that in your business. Then imagine you've got a paid product as well. So something you actually sell. Now you could link these together, of course. You could have emailed opt-ins, and then on the thank you page, you could introduce a paid product. or you can do them separately. And you can use joint venture traffic, you can use paid traffic, or you can use content marketing. If you remember, those are the three main traffic sources that we looked at in previous episodes. But basically, they both build your email list, and that's the biggest asset in your business. Products are assets as well. Your web copy and websites and all of that, those are assets in your business. But the email list is by far the most important. That's your audience. And once you've got your email list and once you start building it, it's essentially free to send an email. All you've got to do is write an email and you can send it out. And of course, that gives you the perfect opportunity to promote whatever you want, including affiliate offers. So for me, in my business, this is basically my approach. There's lots of different funnels and upsells and how they all fit together. Obviously, the diagram would get a lot more complicated than this in reality. But basically, this is it. That's all it is. So when people just try that bit on the right-hand side here on its own, and they're just trying affiliate marketing, well, that's pretty tough, right? Because you haven't got an email list to send the offer to. All right, you're not getting any leads. You can't get affiliates. Paid traffic is difficult because you've got to pay for the cost of the traffic and then send it to an offer where you're only receiving a certain percentage commission. You can start to see how your world closes in, and that's why people searching for the easy option. It's like anything in life. You go for the easiest path. It seems attractive, but it's fraught with pitfalls and problems and so on. Can it be done? Yes, of course it can. But it's a pretty detailed business, and the work involved is equal to, if not harder actually, I would say, than just creating your own products in the first place. So a pure affiliate marketing approach is not really avoiding any work. It's not saving you. It's not actually an easier path. It just seems like that for many people starting out. That's the main message. And if you are on my email list and or you've bought some of my paid products before, or taken my courses, or been on some coaching stuff, maybe even come to one of my live events, you'll have heard this message before. Okay, and that's the same reason why you should follow people who are doing what they're actually teaching. Right, there are some people out there who would just talk about affiliate marketing all the time, say how great it is, but that's not what they're doing. They're actually selling products themselves on affiliate marketing. So even those people are still selling products. So it's something it's so easy to miss, but I just want to underline that point at the start. Now, what these things are: your paid products, your lead magnets, and your affiliate offers. What I call them, we talk about this a lot in my coaching group, is IGAs, income generating assets. So if you can channel your energy into building assets in your business, one of those three assets: a paid product, lead generation offer, free email opt-in basically, or an affiliate offer. Those are the things which will ultimately make you money. So always think about that, and it's useful to come back to that thought, because it's very easy to get lost in the wilderness and go off on tangents and so on. So always come back to that and ask yourself, what am I actually setting out to achieve here in terms of income generating assets? All right, so let's go on and dig a bit deeper with affiliate marketing. What I like to use is something I call the EAE formula. And this basically keeps you on the right track, right approach for affiliate marketing. Now, the first E stands for evergreen. And it's best to, or try more often than not, to focus on offers that are evergreen. So what you want is affiliate programs that offer medium to long-term proven conversions. Sometimes you'll get products that come out that look great, but they're kind of built on a trend or a fad, or they're a bit fly by night, those kind of things, personally, I try and avoid and go for things that are going to be useful to clients long time in the future. Evergreen offers, in other words. And the best choice, this is purely for you, for your business, is anything that offers recurring commissions or it's a higher priced product, because that's where you're going to get the most profit out of your affiliate marketing. So for example, if there's a membership site that you can promote where it gives you commissions every month, or maybe a higher priced offer that costs $1,000 or a few $100, something like that, where you get a good chunk of that, then those, generally speaking, as a rule of thumb, you will find that are the most profitable. And also, what I like to do is try and make everything that you do in your business count for a long time, right? Rather than lots of one-off projects where you have to keep starting from scratch and building something, then starting from scratch and building something else. That's very, very tiresome. So if you can select offers that you can make a long-term endorsement to, so you can think probably some of your favorite sports people who've endorsed brands for years in their career, maybe 5 or 10 years they've been with this same brand. That's the kind of approach that you want to take, rather than just a quick kind of buck, a quick promotion over the short term. Now the A stands for authentic, and really there shouldn't be any lessons. It's almost silly to teach about being authentic, right? Because you just be yourself. But this is what it means to me. Only promote quality products that you genuinely like yourself. All right. It's very easy, and you probably, there's stories about this sort of the massive YouTube influencers and undercover stories about them being offered products, and basically some of them never test it, and they just go and promote it anyway, and that kind of stuff for the money. But a much better approach is just go for stuff that's really good quality that you actually personally like. That will make sure it'll be helpful for your clients to build your long-term business, and it's going to be helpful for you as well. Because it's going to be be a promotion that's got longevity. Don't just be in it for the money. Think of recommending a tool or training course to a friend. So if somebody met you in the pub or came around your house and said, "Hey, what do you recommend for this?" What would you tell them? That's the kind of same thing, right? If you give a bad recommendation to a friend, they're not going to trust. They're not going to ask you for recommendations in the future, are they? Right, so it's the same with your list, same with your audience. They're all people, so keep that in mind. And then the final E is empowerment. Empowering prospects with knowledge is a very powerful way to build trust and boost conversions. So what we mean by this in terms of affiliate marketing is helping them understand the alternatives, the pros, the cons, and answer some of their frequently asked questions. So what we're doing is empowering them with knowledge and help them to decide if what you're recommending is right for them or not. And I always like to do that, whether it's in an email or another way of promoting affiliate offers that we'll talk about in a moment. So let me check in with you. Is this making sense? Can you let me know in the live chat if you're on live? Is it so far so good, or do you have any questions? I'll have a little sip of water while we're waiting for the answers here. There's always a little bit of a delay. Ian says it's 33 degrees in Nisana. I can't pronounce that, in South Africa. Sunny in Nottingham in the UK. That's terrific. Lovely and warm, says Chris. Okay, all good, terrific, brilliant. Okay, so let's continue. What I'd like to do now is just show you a couple of examples of affiliate promotions. I've sort of cherry picked these because they're good ways of conveying what we're talking about here as well. So you'll see as we go through. First was a very, very old one. This is a blog post that I made from, so 2013, 7 years ago. One blog post, it still makes me money, and it has done ever since. So it was just about the time I used to use a page builder called Optimize Press. They brought out a second version, Optimize Press 2.0. I didn't like it, so I switched over to Thrive Architect, or I think it was called Thrive Content Builder or something at the time. So I wrote a blog post about it, okay? And this became very popular. You can see there's quite a few comments at the top, 174 comments. Some of those are me, but still there's quite a lot of comments on it. And this is an EAE approach, all right? So basically, I'm just being it's evergreen. Obviously, you can tell that because it's gone on for many years. It's authentic because it's what I genuinely thought. I'm not trying to come up with some clickbait, clever headline to sort of game people and get them to click. It's just what I think. And it empowers the reader. Anyone who takes the time to read this will learn quite a lot about why I think this, some considerations that they might like to take to before they make a decision what page builder to buy, and so on. All right, so that's a good example of an EAE. Now let's go online and look at some another thing, all right, which is another EAE model. So let's pull this up here. All right, so this is a dedicated page on my website, and this is recommending Thrivecart, all right? And there's a video this time. Instead of a blog post, it's just a video, 37 minutes. Essentially, just a very brief summary. What I do in the video is talk about different shopping cart options, everything from PayPal to some of the other platforms like JVZoo or ClickBank or Samcart, ClickFunnels, and I make a genuine comparison, not an exhaustive comparison, but just how I would talk to a friend in the pub, essentially, and just point out the main things that I think are that differentiate them, okay? And just talk them through it, and then I tell them why I use Thrivecart myself. All right, there are several reasons for that. You can go and watch it if you want to find out. Why did I choose this for my business? I could have picked anything. All right, and it's authentic because it's absolutely what I think. Now, somebody else might disagree. I will say that in the video and on the blog post. And you'll know from this course, if you watched previous episodes, I recommend tools. I tell you what I use, but then I always say, if you want to use something else, there's loads of tools. That's absolutely fine, as long as you can do this job. This is the job you need to get done, and that's it. All right. So that's the approach. That's the EAE approach. It's not a pushy thing or trying to come on, you need to buy this or anything like that. That's it. Now, the other thing that I do in this particular case is offer a bonus package for buying, for people who do want to get Thrivecart, which I would highly recommend. It really is incredible. It's getting better and better and better. It's such a good deal over the long term. But what I do is offer a package, all right, of bonuses, all right, and these are just things that I know that will help people who have got a shopping cart, and that's it, all right. And I've even got some testimonials from people talking about my bonus package. These are people who've used Thrivecart and got my bonus package because they bought through me, and that's it. All right, so that's another example, another way that you could do an evergreen affiliate promotion. All right, and this can now just sit here. I've done the work, I've put it up there, and it can sit there. And do you see what I mean by an income generating asset? This is not a one-off social media post that then gets lost, or some tweet or something like that. It's actually an asset that you're building, that you're putting up, and you can do that in different ways. We'll look at some of the other ways shortly. So let's have a look here. Chris says, nice and simple Thrivecart page, straight to the point and clear. Yeah, so just actually bring it back. That's a good point, Chris. Thank you very much. So this is not a long form sales letter, right? There's a video here. I just put down my main points in the slides and I talk through them. There's loads of the video's not perfect in terms of it's not scripted, it's not high edited really or anything like that. There's lots of me going things like that, verbal typos if you like. It just doesn't matter. I don't care, right? It's just the same as if I was talking to someone in the pub. That's all you need to do. So don't put yourself under any pressure. Just make genuine recommendations. EAE. Okay, now let's go on. What have we got next? Well, let's have a look at some different ways that you can do affiliate offer promotions. So you can do a direct promotion to your list. Okay, so remember that's the advantage of having your own products as well, which allow you to build your list with subscribers and buyers. There's no substitute for that. It's just fantastic. You can do a blog post. We just looked at an example. You can have a dedicated page on your website. That's like the Thrivecart thing. You can do YouTube videos and live streams. I've actually got a few. I really don't use YouTube a lot. This is the first project I've ever really done on it. It's always just been kind of a place to host videos for me rather than build an audience or do any content marketing. But you can use YouTube videos, and I've got a few little things up there. So for example, some of my another product that I use, I'm very keen on, which is fantastic, is SiteGround hosting that I moved my whole business to. I put a few little YouTube videos of how to do certain things in SiteGround, like migrate your website or install an SSL certificate. These are just like 2-minute videos, things like that. Just put them up, see if people like them, great. I'm not bothered, I'll just leave them there. And over time, people do find them, right? And the people who find them are the ones that are really interested. And there's a link below. They can go and get SiteGround, and I get commissions. All right. I just had an email this morning with SiteGround commissions. Just came in a few hours ago. So all these things. This is the evergreen nature and the empowerment nature of it. You're actually helping people with some knowledge. All right. And I want to emphasise, just like in your products, you should bear in mind, when I say knowledge, this is not like being some kind of expert or anything. It's just like back in the pub, right? When you're talking to your friends just had an experience and they're just telling you, or you're telling them what your experience was. You know, if you went to watch a band, or you went to, I don't know, the Isle of Man TT, which I was supposed to go to this year, but not now, obviously. It's all cancelled. But you know, when you get back, you go, oh, do you recommend this? Yeah, I thought the two main things that I liked were A and B, but I did go to this other event and that was good as well. So maybe you want to think about this and that. That's all it is. So all this is stuff that you would do naturally anyway. And it's amazing if you take that approach with this and also your product creation, you can do really, really well. There's something about when you get into this sort of, oh, right now I've got to sell stuff and it's business and everything, you get all uptight and you think, oh, I've got to do this. I'm not expert enough. I don't have enough knowledge or what. That's not what people want, right? There's no shortage of knowledge and expertise out there through Google or YouTube, right? What people really like is opinions and takes on different subjects, you know. So that's something to really think about. If you do that, it can really ease your mind up and just realise you can just be yourself in this business. That's all you've got to do, right? Don't be fabricated or manufactured. Just be yourself. That's what authenticity is. So Footer links, yes. So I think I've got a little example here. So if you're on my list, you'll see this live. But essentially, this is an email here. Obviously, I've cut the middle out because it was quite long. But at the bottom, I often have an elsewhere section. So these are just standard links. And I do swap them out and change them every so often. But things that I just recommend. So in this case, I've got a link to that page we just looked at. I've got a link to Thrive Architect. There's another thing that I'm running at the moment. Actually, it's just a free. One of the links is just to an old blog post that I think is genuinely helpful for people. Doesn't sell anything or anything. It's just a tip. So that's quite good. And what you'll find is that they're at the bottom. I don't make a big deal about them. They're just there. And when what you'll find is a tiny number of people click on them. But those are the people who are most engaged, who like to look down and research more. They're in the mood. Maybe they've got a free 15 minutes. They're looking for something to do. And if they're in every email, you'll get clicks and the conversion rates can be pretty good. It's also helpful for people, right? And uncluttered. People who don't want to see it can just ignore it, right? It's not bothering them at all. So very, very simple. Again, leveraged, because you've only got to write this stuff once. It's in a template. I use ActiveCampaign, but if you use Aweber or MailChimp or Infusionsoft, whatever you use, many tools available, then you're sorted. Okay. Now another thing you can do is create a resource list in pretty much any market. I mean, let's say you were in fitness, for example. Well, what about fitness equipment, certain courses that you could promote? What about nutrition, supplements, that kind of thing? Probably lots of different things, right, that you can do. Just stuff that you genuinely like yourself. So that is really the approach. And finally, you can embed your links in your content as well. So, for example, I've just today I finished off the final draft on a brand new product. I was just doing that this morning, and in that product, I do talk about a couple of products that are relevant, that are required to do the strategy that I'm talking about, and I link out and just say, if this is something you want to check out, here's my affiliate link. That's it. All right. And what you're doing over time, if you do a few of these, there's tiny bits of work involved, not much, but over time you're starting to embed and integrate your affiliate promotions across your whole business. From blog posts to videos to dedicated pages, footers in your emails, you might have them in your resource list, which you update every 6 months or something like that. So it's everywhere. And as you then build your audience, right? Because you're getting some opt-ins on your lead magnet. You might buy a bit of paid traffic and start building your list that way, or you might decide to create a product and get a joint venture partner that you can work with, who will recommend or put your product in front of their audience. More and more subscribers, and as those subscribers come in, they will flow around your business and see these links, and those people that are interested will click, and that's why you start to get this recurring passive income coming in. So it doesn't happen overnight. You can't just manufacture it. It's not magic. It's just consistent bits of little work that all add up. It can't be overstated enough that affiliate marketing works best when combined with creating your own products. I think I've laboured that point enough, but I really cannot. And I bet you next week I will get yet another email from someone going, yeah, I think what I'm going to do is just focus on affiliate marketing to start with. So I will get that email probably next week or in the next 2 or 3 weeks, because it always happens. That's how people think. Okay, but I can guarantee you that person in 6 months, in a year, will be the same place they are now. All right, and even if they make a few dollars from this affiliate marketing strategy. It won't be sustainable. So you've got to go back to ask yourself what you actually want. So back to the foundations. And I'm not spiritual, into spirituality or anything like that, really, to be honest. But I couldn't think of a better way to describe this: good karma. And what it means is just really just doing your kind of best job on everything you do. All right. So try and just, whenever you're dealing with people or you're doing one of the strategies we talked about today, or that we've talked about in previous sessions on this course, just try and make it count. Don't do it half-heartedly. Put good stuff out there. And what you will find, I think, is that you will get good stuff back. It might not be today or tomorrow, but someday. That's the principle of this. So I don't think there's any like law of the universe or something like that governs this, or law of attraction. I'm not kind of into that kind of stuff personally. It's fine if you are, but this is what I've noticed. If you just go out and do that, good things come back. That's the main message. It's very, very simple, all right? But I think a lot of people, it's like they're going out in the world and they're looking like, what can I get? What can I get? I want some commissions off this affiliate offer. Right, I'm going to set it up. And that's the primary thing in their mind. But if you go out and say you set that affiliate offer up and you've got EAE in your mind, particularly being authentic and also empowering people, so you're actually putting stuff out there. Think, how can I help them? What would I like to know about? Here's the choice, here's the decision. And you that's your primary focus. Then as a byproduct, after that, you will get good stuff coming back to you. It's amazing how it works. So it's a subtle change in your mindset, or maybe not if you're already like this, but it's a good thing to keep thinking about and have as one of your sort of foundational principles, if you like. So that is it for this session. I really appreciate it if you like the video. If you're on live or watching on a recording, that would be terrific, because it just helps. Every like helps, so please do that. Remember, I'm in the Facebook group, so you can ask any questions there. Do share this with anyone you think would find it useful. And if you click in the description, you can go to the resource page, and you can there's a lot of downloads in there in the resource file, and all the previous episodes are all nicely laid out on one page for you as well. Good idea to recap on stuff. Like I said at the beginning, you can't always digest stuff first time, and even if you understand it, it doesn't become embedded and part of you and something you live by until you sort of practice it. And you need to have multiple exposures to the same information for that to happen usually. So that's it for this week. All right, so we'll be back next week, and we'll pick it up from there. I hope you can join us then on Tuesday. Have a brilliant end to the week, lovely weekend, and until next Tuesday, take care and have a good one.